You're looking live inside the Bangkok Youth Center here in Bangkok, Thailand. It is the final of the 25th FIBA Asia Championship for women, and it's Korea taking on Japan. Korea having won this title 12 times and the 24 appearances in this tournament. They were the very first winners. In fact, back in 1965 when they held it. Japan haven't won it since 1970. It's a long time. We saw China win the bronze medal earlier tonight in a game that we believe was Chen Nan's last game with China. So they qualified with that 61-53 win over Chinese Taipei for the FIBA World Championship for women. And now it's all about Korea and Japan, who booked their places for the World Championship, as you can see yesterday with their semifinal wins. Host Turkey, the United States as the Olympic champions. Angola, Mozambique from Africa, Cuba, Canada, and Brazil were the top 3 teams of the FIBA Americas Championship. Japan, Korea, and China from here in Asia. Serbia, Spain, France, the Czech Republic, and Belarus coming out of the Eurobasket women, and Australia as the host nation, as Oceania's representatives, having beaten New Zealand. But there's a lot to like about Japan. They've gone unbeaten here at the FIBA Asia Championship. They've played fast, they've played attractive, they've played with a lot of flair. And Tomohide Utsumi has got a real gem in his squad. Ramu Tokashiki, the post player, the low post player, the 22-year-old who has set the tournament on fire, along with Asemi Yoshida, the point guard. Last night it was Yuko Oga when the team was struggling a little bit against Chinese Taipei, who was hitting those shots. He's got Mamiya at power forward. He's got Asako O coming off the bench. And he's got Miyamoto, Michiko Miyamoto, one of the revelations of this tournament in her first senior team performance with Japan, the three-point shooter. There's a lot to like about Japan, but you have to remember they went to overtime in their game against Korea, and they had to force overtime late with a couple of free throws from Tokashiki, and they won that game 78-71. So Korea, veterans, there's Byung Yeon Ha coming out. She had 22 points last night. How much will the past experience, the knowledge of their rich tradition in Korean basketball, how much of a factor will that have today? Remember, they'll be without one of their main players, number 8, Kwak Yu Yeong. Wee Sung Woo there in front of me, bowing to the crowd, and he's done a good job overall. They beat China last night in the semifinals. Now the playing of the national anthems for both teams.
And next is Korea.
Okay, we're just under 4 minutes to go here before we tip it off. Japan and Korea meeting at mid-court. The coaches, looks of intensity on the faces of everybody. The referees as well from India, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Japan with a talented team, and when you look at Yuka Mamiya, number 6, terrific. She's listed as a center, plays really more as a power forward. Michiko Miyamoto, a terrific three-point shooter. Ramu Tokushiki, the 22-year-old power forward. Asami Yoshida, the exciting point guard, and Yuko Oga is the veteran and the captain. Questions asked of Coach Tomohide Utsumi last night about the play of his bench. They didn't really dazzle against Chinese Taipei, and if they have to rely on them, which they will tonight without question, how will they play? For Korea, well, you have to look at the veteran number 10, Byeon Yeon-ha. She was terrific last night. She really took responsibility for marshaling that team. You saw Kim Dambi as well. One of her top performances, number 6, kind of setting the tone, that competitiveness early on. Kim Young-un, the number 13, the forward, and Sin, the center as well. Kang coming off the bench and playing well. They're without Kwak, the player that hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer against China on opening night. She sprained her ankle in the last preliminary round game. She has shown up tonight after missing last night's game. There's Wee Sung-woo, who coaches Worry Bank, and certainly Yang Ji-hee will be looking to improve on her performance, the number 9, kind of the enforcer of this team. So for Japan, the starting 5, Tokushiki, Yuko Oga, Yoshida, Miyamoto, and Mamiya. And usually Mamiya is the first to catch a breather, with Asako O coming in, and then Mamiya comes back, and then Tokushiki will quite possibly play the full game. We've got Sin, Yang, Lim. So Lim gets the starting nod tonight. Lee, the captain, and Byeon. So Kim not in the starting lineup tonight. Kim Young-un, and it remains to be seen what the ramifications or the result of all the exertions of Korea last night in that incredibly tough semifinal against China, which they trailed for the majority of the game before coming good in the fourth quarter and winning 71-66. How tired will this team be, or will that just be not a problem? They did play the first semifinal yesterday, so they had a little bit of extra time to sit back and watch Japan's game. So the fans from Korea, they've been here in force really for the last 3 games here in Bangkok, Thailand. And there you see the Japanese fans behind their bench. The Japanese wearing the dark uniforms, and the light uniforms will be Korea. So Japan will be attacking the basket to the left of your screen, and Korea will be playing to the right. And the gold medal game is underway, and Tokushiki wins it and hits it to Yuko Oga. Yoshida gets it to Tokushiki, step back, jumper, and Korea with an early rebound. wearing the headband tonight. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. She's got it on tonight. There she is, the captain. And 4 on the shot clock. They get it to Lim, the shooter on the left, and her shot no good. And Takashiki skies for the rebound. Now Yoshida. Japan want to play fast. They want to make Korea work. And Korea know it, having played them once already. There's Takashiki, gets it inside, and almost unsportsmanlike foul. She was definitely handled before on the first shot. Somebody grabbed her jersey, and she missed the shot, but then she got the rebound back. So watch this. Well, you saw it just at the end there, but she follows the shot. And the first free throw is good from Takashiki, the genuine revelation, I would go so far as to say, of international basketball this year. She is fantastic to watch for Japan, and she's going to guard the inbounds pass, and we're going to see some full court pressure immediately for Korea to break, and now they're going to fall back Miyamoto, so it's man-to-man for Japan. Looking for their first title since 1970. It's been a long time, and Lee hits the 3 for Korea. Oga looks inside, back to Miyamoto. Yoshida gets it to Takashiki, who puts it up and in. Oh, no, the ball comes out. And Korea's Byun Yeon Ha hustles and gets it back in. How did that ball not go down? Lee's pass batted away already with the Japanese defense with the quick hands. And Lim. And now Yoshida is called for carrying the ball. So palming the ball. I think that's the first time that call has been made on Yoshida in the entire tournament. Yoshida guarding Lee closely. Now Byun Yeon Ha guarded by Yuko Oga. Byun Yeon Ha goes up, spins, and missed the left-handed layup. Yoshida quickly to Oga. Oga with the jumper. And perhaps a little too quick with that, Oga. Sin, guarded by Mamiya. And a little turnaround, and Oga comes in for the rebound. Now Miyamoto. I think Japan would like to get Mamiya involved in the offense, and there she is, and she missed the layup, but Takashiki gets the rebound. She's so active, Takashiki. Mamiya, short little jumper, no good. So Japan looking pretty tight. Can't get the ball to go down here early. Ball goes back over to Japan. Offensive foul called on Korea. Byun Yeon Ha picks up the personal. Takashiki already has 4 rebounds, and the game is not even 4 minutes old. Miyamoto tries to run off the screen. Yuko Oga thought about it. Now to Takashiki. She gets it to Mamiya, out to Oga. Pump fake, gets it back to Mamiya now. Puts it up and fouled while shooting the jumper by Sin. So free throws for Mamiya. Now Kim is going to come in for Byun Yeon Ha. Here's another look at the swipe down from Sin. And it was that motion, I think, more than anything that got her the foul. She's been solid, hasn't she? 12.8 points per game. Makes just 1 of 2 to tie it. And Korea haven't scored since the 8:43 mark here early on. Yang at the line, and Takashiki, another rebound. Boy, she'll hit double digits in rebounds very soon here. Yoshida, and the basket seems to have a lid on it for both teams. Japan playing man, and on the baseline, that was Sen missing, and this time Yang challenges Takashiki, and ball goes out of bounds over to Japan. Kim Dambi is going to come in, as is Park Hae-hong. Lee comes out and Lim comes out. Now Kim Dambi was very effective last night, number 6. Especially defensively, Kim was good. Now Yoshida. Japan would like to get something from this player here, Miyamoto, or Takashiki inside perhaps. And they get Takashiki the block, and she scores. Boy, she catches it that close to the basket, but she's having to work for it. If she catches it down there, she usually makes it. Park tries to get free. Now Kim Dambi puts it up, and Yoshida soars for the rebound. Now quickly in transition. This is where Japan want to be. Yoshida drives in and draws the contact from Yang. That's Yang's first foul. She had a wrist operation several years ago. There's, see her swipe down on it. She's not tall. She's only 1.85 meters in height, but she's lost some weight, and she's put on a little bit of muscle, and that's made her much more effective. And see Yoshida, her numbers, other than Takashiki, perhaps the most important player in the tournament for Japan is Yoshida. And Wee Sung Woo's calling the plays. Now Japan picking him up full court, man-to-man, making Korea take some time off the clock here. Kim brings it up, gets it to Park. Yuko Oga guarding Park. Kim Dambi, and good defense from who else but Yoshida. She just does so many things. Takashiki drives in, and good defense. The steal from Park. And then the ball goes to Yang, and she is tripped by Miyamoto. And she is down, and Korea can't afford to lose another center, having lost Kwak already. And she's holding her knee. She's got it taped up there. Watch. This is Takashiki going down, and well defended by both Yang and Park. So Miyamoto's was given the foul there. And now Kim backs her up and misses the layup. She had the shot. Japan looked a little vulnerable that time, and it could be a matchup to exploit for Kim. Here's Yoshida. And now Kim Dambi crosses midcourt. Over to Kim. And now it's going to be Sin, and Sin hits the jumper from the free throw line. So that's her first 2 points of the game. Korea fans liking it. They really showed a strong mentality last night. A lot of mental fortitude against China to be able to grind out that win. And here is Mamiya, spins in the lane and finally gets one to drop for Mamiya. So she's got 3 points. She She's 1 of 2 at the line as well. Japan still in the man, but you can see Tokushiki is sagging to help out. And now Mamiya comes up. In fact, I think Japan dropped into a zone that time. Well, Sen has twice in a row now buried jump shots. Miyamoto hands off to Tokushiki. 5 on the shot clock. Now Yuko Oga, and finds an opening and misses the shot. And Park with the rebound. Over to Kim Dambe. Kim Dambe, or Park on the baseline, and we've got a tie game. Low scoring first quarter here from Bangkok in the FIBA Asia Championship for Women gold medal game. And Sen comes out and fouls out on the perimeter. She doesn't want to give that foul away. It's 2. And because of the fouls, this is free throws for Japan. And there's no doubt that's a foul. She's got her hands all over Mamiya. Japan have been the class act of this tournament, but the weight of history, you wonder how much it is going to impact this game with 43 years without a title. Are they burdened by history, or are they able to go out and put together another great performance tonight? You see the fouls for Korea, 5 already, so that means Japan in the bonus. Kim Dambe drives in and uses the glass. Good aggressive play from Kim. Now Miyamoto. Entry pass to Tokushiki. How did she get that ball? And then she scored with Yang riding her back. Great performance from Tokushiki. Kim goes baseline, puts it up and misses the layup. That's her second layup that she's missed. Yoshida quickly to the other end. Miyamoto for 3, good! And that is not what Korea want. If Miyamoto starts pouring in the 3-pointers, Japan can score points in bunches. Final minute of an exciting first quarter here, the gold medal game. Sin, and she misses. Mamiya hustles and gets it into the hands of Yoshida and Oga. And Japan bring it back out with a 5-point advantage and about a 7-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Four on the shot clock, 3. And Yoshida drives in and gets a 3-point play opportunity, and the foul on Kim. Right at the end of the shot clock. What a sensational play. And Kim picks up her first foul. And all of a sudden, Japan with an 8-point lead with 8.2 seconds remaining, and they're going to pick them up full court and try to get a turnover. Kim hustles up the floor, and they do get the turnover. And Yoshida puts up a long one and misses. So Korea had done well until the last minute and a half there of the opening quarter, and Japan just sort of took over. Well, neither team's shooting the ball well at this point, but you can see that Japan are working hard, getting to the free throw line and making the most of those opportunities. 8 of 9 And already Japan have 3 steals. And they have the advantage on the board. It's a couple of offensive rebounds, giving them some second chances. Tokushiki has 6 points and 7 rebounds. And Yoshida has 5 points, a rebound, and an assist. And Yoshida has been very active as well defensively. She's got 3 steals. That right there encapsulates the entire tournament for Japan. Tokushiki and that player right there, Yoshida, doing it on the glass, doing it with the steals, providing points. And it's not to minimize the contributions of the other players, but Yoshida and Tokushiki are so effective that it's impossible to recognize how good they are on a nightly basis. They've been fantastic. And right now, it's a dangerous time for Korea. They don't want to fall too far behind the Japanese team that would rather go to its bench and give its bench some minutes to let those starters come out of the game. There you see Tokushiki scoring early on. And Lee has to come back in the game. And good hands again for Yoshida. So with the 3 steals, with those 2, it's hard to pick out the player of the game already. I will be shocked by the end of the tournament if those 2 aren't on the all-tournament team. Beyond Yan Ha for long range, no good, and Kim crashes the boards and gets the rebound. And now Lee for 3, and Tokushiki picks up her 8th rebound of the game. She is on her way to a monster night. Mamiya backs up Kang, who's come in and spelled Sin. Kang, number 14, 7 on the shot clock. Now Tokushiki gets it to Mamiya, and they've lost track. Nope, Tokushiki gets it just in time, gets the rebound back, and puts it up and in. And it looked like they maybe did not get the shot off in time, but the referees say she did. So 21-11, and Tokushiki is just on fire. Mamiya picks up the foul, wrestling for position with Kang. Her first personal foul. There you see they just become entangled. So Oga and Mamiya and everybody's going to come over to the Japan bench. We've got a timeout on the floor. 8:49 remaining in the second quarter, and Japan up 10. Looking pretty good, the undefeated Japanese at the FIBA Asia Championship for women. So Korea take the timeout. Wee Sung-woo not liking what he's seeing right now. So I'm looking at the official stats.
Someone's dream's gonna come true.
Looking at the official stats, and it's, look at that. They've outscored Japan, Korea 10-0 here on a 10-0 run. Korea without Kwak, a valuable member of this team because of the sprained ankle. And they were able to overcome her absence last night, but when you play Japan, it's all hands on deck. Kim Dambi drives in and is blocked by the rim. Now Yoshida out on the fast break. Miyamoto runs the break, gets the ball back, gets Lee up off her feet, and then missed the layup. Good hustle from Kang to get back. Now Beyond And Japan won't like giving away that opportunity. Yang. Now Lee, open for three, and puts up an air ball. She hit that early one. And Wee Sung-woo trying to find a formula here that can combat this Japanese team. He needs offense, but he doesn't want to give away defense. And he's going to bring Kim back into the contest, number 13. Takashiki to Mamiya, puts it up and in, scores with the left hand. Takashiki with 8 points, 9 rebounds, and now has her first assist. Now Bion looks for space. And Sakuragi, who's come in for Japan, number 7, frustrates her. The ball goes out of bounds, over to Japan. And right now you're seeing Japan in all their glory. It's just extremely difficult to play against them. And with Yoshida pulling all the strings, don't be surprised to see Kudekin come in shortly. There you see the turnover. 5 Korea turnovers, just 2 for Japan. Worrying times for Korea. Sakuragi, and it goes to Mamiya, and Mamiya and the land of the rising stars has taken a 14-point advantage. Mamiya now well and truly on course for a big game herself. Lee drives in, desperation time, here comes Japan. Yoshida holds it up. Note, now she's going to knife into the defense and scores with a layup. And Japan are grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. 43 years since their title, their only title. Who cares? This is a team that looks like it's not going to be denied. And look at the dry spell for Korea. It has been a long time since 139 remained in the first quarter. It's been a drought. 5 minutes. And Kim puts it up and is fouled by Michiko Miyamoto and has a chance now for a 3-point play. Boy. Yoshida, for being the smallest player on the court, is not afraid to go inside. And Sin is going to re-enter the game for Yang, Kang. Let's see, so we've got Park, Kang, Sin, Bion, and the shooter Kim for Korea. And I don't think the Korean coach is too happy with the captain Lee. She may not get back on the floor in this half. Takashiki over to Miyamoto. And Japan playing matchup man-to-man. Sakuragi. And over it goes, and I don't think they got it off in time. Nope, it was. Nope, they're saying it wasn't. Shot clock violation. So Sakuragi, Oga, Miyamoto in, and Yoshida catching a breather, but how long will she be out of the game? And an offensive foul is the call on Kim, and just when they're trying to get their team into it, those Korean fans look on with ironic smiles as Kim picks up her first. And clearing out Miyamoto. Pass again to Mamiya. This time hits the side of the backboard. And now a couple of times down the floor for Japan, and they look a little bit out of sync offensively. And that's why you wonder how long Yoshida can stay out of the game for them. Sakuragi guards the ball. Beyond for 3. Off the back of the rim. Wee Sung-woo is about to celebrate, thinking he had a 3. Sakuragi for three, that's short. And that was a quick three. Utsumi didn't like it. Yoshida's going to come back in. And Utsumi needs her organizational skills out there, her playmaking. Kang, no good. Rebound, Sin. Looks like Park may have hopped. And Michiko Miyamoto called for holding. So she's got 3 fouls. So one of the stars for Japan is going to have to leave the game. And in her place comes Yoshida. So she hasn't really been a factor offensively. She hit that 1-3, Miyamoto. Now the entry pass over to a wide open Park, and Park missed in the right corner. Sakuragi. Takashiki, cross court to Sakuragi. That one's good. Well, they still got a 3-point shooter out there, don't they? 2 of 3 from the arc, Sakuragi. And Wee Sung-woo looks over at his bench and says, I need somebody that can hit a 3. Coming up on the 4-minute mark here. And Byung-Yan Ha loses the ball out of bounds. Remember, both of these teams have qualified for the FIBA World Championship for women by winning their semifinals. And right now, they want to go out a winner. But it's easier said than done for Korea. They trail 30-14. Wee Sung-woo calls a timeout. And that gives Utsumi a chance to talk to his team. And it also gives Takashiki, who hasn't come out of the game yet, a chance to catch her breath. There you see the team leaders. Kim with the 4 points and 4 rebounds. And for Japan, 9 points for Mamiya. The 9 rebounds for Takashiki. Eight points for Takashiki, 9 rebounds. And that's big when Utsumi can go to his bench and get some production like this from Sakuragi. Korea have had some 3-point looks. They've been open, they just haven't been able to knock them down. Now Korea's sitting in a zone. Nope, now they're rotating. Yoshida gets inside, and good defense from Korea. Kim out on the perimeter, and Takashiki now sagging in the paint. And Kim goes up and misses everything. And Kim is going to come back into the game, Kim Dambi. Yuko Oga over to Sakuragi. Yoshida into the corner to Yuko Oga. Here's Sakuragi, and is blocked. And foul is called on Korea. Beyond picks up the second. Well, she stepped right in front of the Japanese player Sakuragi, just as she got into the lane, or right on the edge of the lane, and Sakuragi goes to the line and takes the lead up to 17 points. Well, I've seen Japan play international basketball for a long time, and I've never seen a Japan team play this well with so much flair, so much confidence, so much fun. They play as a team. They really gel well together. And it bodes well for their future. There's Park outside. And what's nice is you see Yuko Oga, for so long the leader of this team. She's still a leader, but she accepts her role as not being the primary threat. She does whatever it takes. Now Mamiya gets it inside and puts it up and is fouled by Yang. And really, Japan are playing like a runaway bullet train. They are on their way, folks. They are leading it 34-14. Can they be stopped? Korea are going to have to come up with something else. And you can see Yang even had a hand on that ball, and Mamiya was strong enough to knock it down. It's 35-14. Korea, the host nation of next year's Asian Games. They haven't scored since 6:37 remained in this quarter. They keep having these dry spells. Kim back outside, guarded closely by Sakuragi. 7 on the shot clock. Kim, Utsumi wanted the palming, but it's not going to be called. And inside and denied by the backboard. Park, and Yoshida pulls it up. And I don't know what Wee Sung-woo can do right now. He is trying everything. And it's not working on either end of the floor for his team against Japan. Sakuragi over to Yoshida. Oga, 2 on the shot clock. Oga off the back of the rim. She didn't have a choice. She had to put it up that time. 1:41 remaining. Byung Yeon Ha with the jump stop, passes it back to Sin. Spin move, makes a jumper. Boy, she is a warrior, Yoshida. You see Sin has the 3 jump shots, the 6 points. But it's still a 19-point advantage for Japan. Mamiya fighting for position down low. Takashiki looks to make the pass. And she does to Oga in the corner. 1 on the shot clock and puts up the air ball. And that turns it back over. A few times Japan have gone really far into the shot clock. That would be my only criticism of the way they've played today. They've left it so late that they haven't gotten a shot. And you have to credit the Korean defense. And Mamiya steps in there, commits the foul. That's number 2 on Mamiya. Nobody in foul trouble for Japan. They're spreading them out. Michiko Mamiya does have the 3 fouls. Michiko has left the game early on. Miyamoto. Now Yang, and just off the front of the rim, but right at this stage, the foul trouble is insignificant for Japan, especially the way Sakuragi has played with Miyamoto going to the bench. So Japan just kind of take a deep breath here. They could have got a 2 for 1, but instead they bring it out. Now Oga left wide open and hits the jump shot. It's just like practice. 37-16, and a nightmare scenario for Korea to try to climb out of this hole. Byung Yeon Ha, her pass goes out of bounds with 1.3 seconds remaining. 37-16, Korea, their fans, their federation president, they are shell-shocked, and Japan are just gonna walk off the court, underlining their status as the team of the tournament. They're unbeaten, they're 6-0, and they are looking extremely, extremely tough as some interesting contraptions enter the court here at halftime of the FIBA Asia Championship for women, the gold medal game. Ten of 23 inside the arc. They're 2 of 4 from the arc. Japan 11 of 12 at the free throw line. They're out rebounding Korea. They've come up with 3 steals. They've forced the 8 turnovers. Really, the probably one of the biggest elements of this struggle for Korea has been their three-point shooting. They've had a lot of open looks, and even their two-point shooting inside the arc, 6 of 21. But you've got to credit the Japanese defense as well for putting pressure on this Korean team at times. So it's halftime, and Japan leading it 37-16. Well, folks, it's been quite a show from Japan at this 25th FIBA Asia Championship for women, and we were wondering coming into this gold medal game if they were really as good as their 6-0 record indicated. They were fantastic in all of their games, but they got taken to overtime. They were taken to overtime by this team here, Korea, winning 78-71. Well, guess what? I think they're better than we thought they were. They have come out and just put 37 points on the board here in the first half to lead 37-16, and all of the officials from FIBA Asia, and all of the fans have had to sit back and admire the play of the Japanese. The Koreans haven't helped their own case. They've struggled shooting the ball. You see Japan kind of broke away there at the end of the first quarter to take a 19-11 lead, and they just turned on the style in the second quarter, while Korea just could not buy a basket. Now, much of this is good play, composed play from Japan, good defense. They like to play fast. They like to move the ball on offense. Korea have been able to get some shots, but they haven't been able to knock them down. They've missed layups, albeit under pressure. They've missed some open jump shots, and they've got a mountain to climb. Miyamoto starts the third quarter here for Japan, who have possession and miss with Yuko Oga's opening jumper. Yan Ha drives in and scores, uses the glass. Well, that's a good start for Korea. There's no doubt they can't wait around for several minutes to get going. It needs to happen now for Korea if it's going to happen. And they catch a break as Tokushiki misses a layup for Japan. Over to Sin. She's been their most reliable shooter tonight, hitting jump shots. She hit 3 in the first half, but she missed that one. Now Yoshida just hands it off to Mamiya, goes up, forces it. Sin held her ground. Now Byung-Yeon Ha comes the other way. And Byung-Yeon Ha puts it up, and the ball bounces off the rim and over the backboard. Sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't. She had 22 points against China in the semifinal triumph. Byung-Yeon Ha, the real star, the veteran, 33-year-old. And tonight it hasn't worked for Byung. Now Tokashiki gets in, puts up a runner and scores, and this time makes a shot with a considerable amount of more difficulty. She's already got a double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds. And tough night at the office for Korea. And their fans, the block called on Mamiya. Now that's number 3 on her, so Miyamoto has 3 fouls. Now Mamiya has 3 fouls. We haven't seen Asako O yet. Lim puts up a jumper on the baseline, and Mamiya with the rebound. Yoshida to Tokashiki, out to Yuko Oga. Yoshida, the jumper, good. And she holds that follow through as if to say, that's right, it's in. She's got 9 points. Beyond, fouled. Well, it's 6:48 here in Bangkok. And it has been all about Japan in this gold medal game. Here's another look at Byeon Yeon-ha driving in, getting the foul. Now back to live action. Kim Dambi, ball rims out. And that pass intercepted by Kim. And then she passes to Sim, and Sim wasn't ready for the ball. You do get the feeling that if just one of these 3-pointers or fall for Korea, it could create an avalanche of threes. Sometimes that's how it happens. Park is going to come into the contest at the next dead ball for Korea. Biggest lead of the game right now for Japan, as you can see. Yoshida off the back. Now Lee. And up ahead to Sen, and this time she catches it and misses the layup. And really, that, as much as anything, has been the story of the game. Korea getting opportunities and not making the shots. And it doesn't matter where they are on the floor. Mamiya out to Tokashiki. Yang and Park will now come in at the dead ball, but Mamiya puts up a jumper at the end of the shot clock, and Yoshida soars in and gets the rebound. 3 rebounds for her. Oga. And the foul called before the shot from Tokashiki. Just 22 years of age, Tokashiki. But she just is so valuable to this Japanese team, and you can see how teams have to defend her. They're doing everything they can to try to slow her down. It's timeout on the floor. Korea trail 41-18 against Japan. Well, they called the timeout, Korea, and Wee Sung-woo. You can see the drought, another dry spell. They haven't scored since early in the 3rd quarter. It's now 4 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Instead of tearing into his team, he's just, I think it's almost as if he's saying, listen, we're still in it. You just got to make some shots. Take a deep breath and go out and have a good time. Albeit you've got to play hard. Yoshida puts up the long jumper. So we were seeing Japan really, I would suggest, in all their glory, and immediately coming out of the timeout, scoring on the inbounds play and a chance for a 3-point play. 3rd foul on Kim. Korea fall asleep. Takashiki makes the free throw, 44-18. Kim has it blocked by Takashiki. And that's how she plays. She's got a smile. She always has the smile once she shows up at the gym. She'd rather be nowhere else but here. Incredibly, that's their first block of the game. Yang. Footwork gets it up and in. I think Wee was trying to extend his defense. And the players trailing about 24, they didn't respond. Yuko Oga to Takashiki. Hands it back outside to Mamiya, gets it back. And this time Takashiki turned it over. Yang goes into Mamiya. Back outside to Bian Yan-ha. And the ball just won't go down for Bian. Takashiki, another rebound. One of 10 from the arc for Korea. And Lee, the reserve point guard, comes in and gets something in transition. Three-point shooting, such a big part, obviously, of what Korea do. And Mamiya looks like she may have caught something in the face. Holds her head rather. Nothing intentional. Now she's back, and Takashiki blocks the shot, but must have got a little bit of the rookie. Takashiki picks up her first foul and Japan's third. And good hands from Lee, so you can see in that fast break. And to be honest, she played well. She did play well early in the tournament, and she didn't feature at all last night against China. I was quite surprised. And now the youngster comes out and actually plays with a little bit of confidence. She's loose. Well, it's her time to shine. The veterans weren't getting it done. Point deficit. Yoshida quickly up to Mamiya. And Yuko Oga stepped out of bounds. So another turnover for Japan. And some positive things. Are these the shoots of recovery that we're seeing from Korea? Down 20. 10 turnovers now for Japan. Kim. Now Park for three. Good! Finally! Now we'll see if that kind of starts an avalanche. And another turnover almost. No, Yoshida gets it back, but is called. Well, she's fouled by the youngster Lee. First foul, and just 21 years of age. Well, the pressure's there from Korea. It's causing problems. For the first time, you get the sense that maybe Korea have a chance. They're down 17, but it's going to take something monumental, you would imagine. When they get over there to the corner, Korea are trapping. See if they come up with a trap. They get the screen and roll with Mamiya. And Mamiya, instead of taking the shot, tried to pass, and Korea were alert to the pass. Another turnover. Another steal. And now Japan used their defense to create an opportunity. Yoshida, though, turns it right back. Turns it over back, and Yang passes outside. And now Park, her second three doesn't fall. Now Yoshida beats Park to the ball and pulls it back outside. You can definitely feel the momentum changing. If that ball had gone, it would have been a 14-point deficit. Miyamoto fouled outside by Lee. Saw the pump fake. And Lee reached in and got Miyamoto's arm. 4 fouls on Korea. And you can't help but wonder, as Yoshida takes a rest, if Kudikin and some of those other reserves kind of lost themselves playing time by the way they played last night against Chinese Taipei, because the coach hasn't gone to the backup point guard tonight. He's got a couple, Oba and Kudikin. And now Miyamoto's pass right into the hands of Korea. Beyond gives it up. Will she penetrate? Yep, she's going to penetrate and just makes the layup as Miyamoto falls down. And now it's a 15-point deficit, and you definitely now feel like Korea have the momentum, and they are definitely in with a shout. And another turnover against Japan, and they are suddenly out of sorts, and we haven't seen this the entire tournament. Bizarre final, bizarre gold medal game here at the FIBA Asia Championship for women. But the good news for Korean fans, their team's back in it. They're down 15 and they have the ball. Takashiki with 13 points and 13 rebounds. Kind of insignificant, really, when you think about how it's going here in the third quarter with Korea on this run. All you can think about is try to interrupt that momentum if you're Japan. And for Korea, you got to say, let's just keep it going. We're back in it. Well, it's Yang, Kim, the youngster Lee, Park, and Beyond on the floor for Korea. That's the unit that's going on this run. Beyond for 3. Good! Here's Korea. They've cut it back to 12. Unbelievable turnaround. Sakuragi gets it up to Takashiki. And Yuko Oga is running the point. Not Yoshida, not Kudikin, not Oba. Cross court, wide open, Sakuragi, short. And boy, Korea, you just feel like the entire game has changed completely. Completely. Beyond gets in the lane. Now back to Yang. Spin move, gets in the lane, falls, loses her footing. And the coach asking for the trip. And she's holding her leg. And the Japanese players and her teammate Lee are going to help Yang up. She had a quick spin move. Watch this. Nah, she just lost her footing. Good defense from Japan. Looked like her knee. That was a good no call from the referees. Yoshida back in now for Japan, and she gets it to Takashiki, and even Takashiki misses a layup. Okay, she had a little bit of pressure, but right now everything is going Korea's way. Beyond gets it up and in. It's a 10-point deficit. And now you have to wonder about Japan's mental state, having blown the lead. They get it to Takashiki. Sakuragi over to Mamiya on the baseline, and she makes it. 12 points. And that stops the rot. That was a long run for Korea. Beyond. Goes hard at Sakuragi. Back to Yang. And Takashiki flies in. And up ahead to Sakuragi. And it's a 4-point swing there. It was a tough shot for Yang. She missed it. She's had a couple of trips down the floor where she hasn't been able to convert. And not wanting to have all the good work undone. A timeout is called here with 4.9 seconds remaining for Korea. They're going to try to get some points here at the end of the quarter. Well, they got it down to 10 points. (16-4). They've outscored them since the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Mamiya with that last basket has become Japan's top scorer with 14 points. Takashiki has 13. But Japan are not out of the woods by a long way, with Korea suddenly having this incredible momentum shift. And that was one of the baskets there in that comeback. So 4.9 seconds remaining. They're going to try to get it up quickly. Kim. And Yang has to know there's no time on the clock and she has to shoot it. And I'm wondering if that might get her off the floor. You can see Wee Sung-woo giving her an angry stare as if to say, we call the play and you've got to take the shot. And he's going to take her out. He's going to put Sin back in. So tough sequence there for Yang. You see the stats, 15-34 for Japan. And now the three-pointers from Korea taking them up to 23% from the arc. Japan out-rebounding Korea 22-15. And Japan suddenly with the turnover problems, 9 steals by Korea. Well, I'm happy for Korea in that you don't want to see anybody get blown out, especially in the gold medal game. The youngsters come in, Lee Sung-ga, as well as Byun Yeon-ha and Park Hae-hun, each have 2 steals for Korea. And there you see the Thai rock band that's come out. They're always here to add a little bit of atmosphere. Thailand, the host nation, played in the level 2 part of the FIBA Asia Championship, and they beat Kazakhstan in a qualifying game, which means they will play in level 1 at the next FIBA Asia Championship for women. India won the other qualifying game. India were already in level 1. They beat Malaysia. So they remain in level 1. Another look at Byun Yeon-ha with that basket. Well, Korea going to start things. And it goes without saying, they need to play. They need to try to get it going quickly. Keep that momentum going while they've got it. Park floats in with the left hand and gets it back to 12. She's got 7. Some full court pressure there by Korea. Japan able to break it, but it's a 12-point lead. And they go to Takashiki, back to Mamiya. And back to Takashiki, and they were hanging all over her. I saw the hands, no call. She's got 15 points. Byun Yeon-ha for 3, good! And we're gonna see Kim come in. Nope, she's gonna sit back down. She look at the Korean fans. They feel like they can feel it, they can sense it, the comeback. What a great final. just when you thought Japan were going to run away with it, Korea come to life. Sakuragi and Takashika was able to catch it. Now Mamiya, 3 on the shot clock. Miyamoto misses, and the long rebound goes out to Mamiya. And now Takashiki gets it inside. She's got 17 points. Boy, when they can get it to her on the low block, it's almost automatic. Yanha to Lee. And she puts it up over Takashiki. And Mamiya with the rebound. Miyamoto. Takashiki comes outside to receive it. Now back to Miyamoto. And she puts up a jumper and is fouled by Park. So Miyamoto gets free throws. Here's another look at the foul that was called. Miyamoto's free throw is good. Japan have done a good job at the line tonight. They were 12 of 13 at the end of the third quarter. So 14 of 15. Very important statistic there, folks. Free throws. Yanha faces a double team. And Yang has come back into the game and bricks it off the backboard and it goes back over. She's just not in the flow, and for some reason I thought Wee Sung Woo was going to bring her out and leave her out. And I don't know if it's defensively is why he put it back in there and rebounds. But Kim is going to come back in. You know, you have a hole to climb, and even though you can have a great run to get back in it, sometimes it's hard just to come back all the way. Boy, they're scrapping with Takashiki, and the jump ball was called. And Yang is going to come out and be replaced by Kim. She's struggling tonight. She knows it. Here's another look. That was Sin, and then it was Yang. I mean, I find it really hard to believe there's not a foul in there. Yoshida. And her pass is batted out of bounds with 4 seconds on the shot clock. They've been able to get something inside on this pass. Here they go again, and they get it to Sakuragi. And I think she rushed it. Had a little bit more time. Now Kim outside, beyond. 7 minutes remaining. Plenty of time, but the interception, she threw that ball as if she didn't think Beyond was there. Mamiya. Mamiya on the baseline. Takashiki gets the rebound, kicks it back outside. And it goes, and Mamiya puts it up, and now a chance for a three-point play. And I dare say the Japanese fans are breathing a little bit easier right now. There you see the Japanese bench. They don't seem too bothered by the fact that the coach hasn't gone to them tonight. The shot is good. The lead back to 18. They've led by as many as 26 points. Korea cut it back to 10. And there is Sin. Six minutes remaining. Japan trying to get their first Asian title since 1970. Korea, they've won 12 in their illustrious history. Tokushiki, and another chance for a three-point play. And that picture right there is worth 1,000 words. I think Japan believe they have weathered the storm. And Tokushiki continues to be a menace inside. She's got 20 points. Look at the foul disparity there. 16 for Korea, 8 for Japan. And Lee drives in. She's been one of their best players tonight, Lee. And the coach is going with her. And now she comes up with a steal, although it was forced by Park. And she's a cutting Sin, and Sin missed the layup. Yang is going to come back into the game. She just doesn't seem to have a confident look about her, Yang. But Wee is going to go with it. Who coaches her at Worry Bank. And it goes to Mamiya, and the foul was before the shot. So Beyond with 3 fouls, Korea with 4 as a team here in the fourth quarter. And it's going to be free throws coming up for the rest of the way on these fouls. But it's a 17-point advantage for Japan midway through the fourth quarter. Beyond with the 12 points is the leader, but you see Lee coming off the bench there, the youngster with the 3 steals. She's going to stay in the game. They still, the way that Korea were able to put points on the board quickly, you know, they're not out of it. There you see the 4 steals by Yoshida, the 5 assists by Yoshida, and the double-double by Tokushiki. Something that we've grown accustomed to seeing here at the FIBA Asia Championship for women. Remember, the difference, another difference that could be having an impact on this game, Korea winning 71-66 last night to China. It was an incredibly tough game, whereas Japan pretty much cruised to victory over Chinese Taipei. 2 on the shot clock, and Yoga barely gets it up. It's an air ball, so that turns it over to Korea with 4:47 to go. Five on the shot clock and a foul called on Yuko Oga. It's Japan's first foul here. You see Ivan Manini, the FIBA president, looking on in the suit, the gray suit. Kim back outside, over to Beyond. And Beyond drives in and wanted a foul call, nothing given. And now Japan looking to extend their lead, coming up on the 4-minute mark. And going to take something miraculous now for Korea to claw this back. Takashiki, how terrific has she been? Now that's a three. That's no good. And Lee gets it up to Kim. And the shot is no good, but Yuko Oga fouls Beyond. The captain, Yuko Oga, number 13, calling the defense, making sure the team maintains its intensity. She spoke last night about how important it was for Japan to get to the top of the podium, and as well as Takashiki saying that's what she wanted. She wants a championship. Oh, Kim may have gotten away with one. She puts up the jumper, and it allows Takashiki to get yet another rebound. She's got 20 points and 17 rebounds. I think you're looking at the MVP of the tournament. I'll be awfully surprised if that doesn't happen. As Yoshida misses, but Sakuragi gets in there, gets the rebound. And the gold medal hopes of Korea are fading. They haven't scored since the 5:55 mark. Also, Korea haven't scored since the 5:39 mark. So even though Japan have struggled a little bit, Korea not able to take advantage. Takashiki spins, and Mamiya keeps it alive and gets the ball back. And back into the hands of Japan. Well, folks, it seems almost impossible, really, 1970, that Japan have not won the Asian title, but they're closing in on the title. Make no mistake about it. Yoshida misses, and this time Korea with the rebound. And Lee over to Park. Yang knocks it away, but it just hasn't been Wee Sung-woo, his club's night, his team's night. It's been that team right there, the Japanese, who have had arguably the finest summer in their history, certainly when it comes to FIBA Asia Championships. Unbeaten, getting it up. The basket is good. The lead goes to 19, and we're under 2 minutes remaining, and it is disappointment for Korea, but they've made it to the final, and they'll prepare to host the Asian Games next year, as well as play at the FIBA World Championship for women in Turkey. An offensive foul called on Byeon Yeon-ha as she runs past Wee Sung-woo, not liking the call. But Byeon Yeon-ha has to leave the contest with 4 fouls. Is she going to come out? Well, we are going to have a substitution. Kim is going to come in. A great warrior. She showed us what she was all about in this tournament, especially last night against China when Korea came from behind, trailing by 9 points to beat China 71-66 and reach the final. And inside it goes, and Takashiki has another opportunity. But the free throw is good. That one is no good, but she's had an unbelievable tournament, Takashiki. So, excuse me, both free throws missed. Kim spreads it out, goes out of bounds. So 107 remaining, and Wee Sung-woo still coaching. And as a coach, you always coach. The game is not over until it's over. You play until the final second. Korea do look tired, some of their players. It's been a tough tournament for them. They've had some injury problems. Remember, they've lost Kwak Their star against China in the first game that hit the game-winning shot in the 72-70 victory. Miyamoto for 3. Oh. She's got 8 points, 2 of 3 from the arc. She is a 3-point threat. So Japan closing in, ending the drought of 43 years. And the question is, how good can this team become? They have got a player right there, Tokoshiki, who has completely dominated this competition with that player there, Asami Yoshida, the point guard. Both of them making the all-tournament team. Yoshida, the point guard, Ramu Tokoshiki is the center, and Yuka Mamiya as well, power forward, is making the all-tournament team. So 3 Japanese players make it. And they're joined by Byung-Yeon Ha, the shooting guard of Korea, and as well as Lu Win, the forward of China. Yuko Oga misses there at the end, but Japan, the win was so convincing in the end that the celebrations somewhat calm here, but there they are embracing each other out on the floor, and you can't help but be happy for them. And folks, if there's ever been a deserving team to get to the top of the podium, it's that team right there. They have been the talk of the town here in Bangkok. And I think any neutral fan would be incredibly excited for this team. Both of them, Tokoshiki and Yoshida, just magnificent. And Tokoshiki, not only has she made the all-tournament team with Asami Yoshida, Byung-Yeon Ha, Lu Win, and Yuka Mamiya, Ramu Tokoshiki, the 22-year-old power forward / center, has been named the most valuable player of this tournament. She is a superstar in the making. 20 points, 18 rebounds today. She finished. Just terrific performance from her, and the steady play. And Wee Sung-woo knows it. He knows his team has been beaten by a better team. At the same time, Korea, we didn't see them play at their best tonight. They missed a lot of shots. They had the comeback. They got it down to 10. They had trailed by as many as 26. They cut it down to 10, and they just couldn't come all the way back. Japan thanking their fans that have come all the way here to Bangkok to salute them. Imagine, 43 years since they've been on top of the podium. That's a long, long time. This is the best Japanese team that we've seen. I still think there are question marks from a depth standpoint. We saw their bench play a lot earlier in the tournament, and the coach was somewhat reluctant, I think, to go to his bench tonight other than Sakuragi. So from that standpoint, maybe some vulnerabilities there. Only 6 players playing tonight for Japan, but they win at 65-43. They were rested. They kind of cruised last night. And there you see the stats: 20 of 47 inside the arc, 3 of 9 from long range. They out-rebounded Korea 31-19. They did have the 16 turnovers. There was a moment there where Japan looked pretty shaky in the third quarter when that 26-point lead went down to 10 points. And they kind of regrouped just in time. Korea needed some three-pointers to fall, especially early in the game, for this to be their tournament. And as it was, it just was not their night. So the final score, 65-43. Just a convincing FIBA Asia Championship for women overall for this Japanese team. And there you see Tokoshiki with 20 points. Mamiya had 19. Yoshida finished with 9. Miyamoto 8. And Byung had the team high 12 points for Korea. That is impressive, though. Look, Tokoshiki with 20 points, 18 rebounds, 1 block. Another signature performance, really, for her. Tokoshiki, the top rebounder, followed by Mamiya. So Mamiya barely missed a double-double herself. And now we're getting ready for the medal ceremony here at the FIBA Asia Championship for women. And the Japanese players coming back out here with Mamiya, you see, Asami Yoshida. And they're asking themselves, why are they taking us away from our team? Well, maybe it's because they're getting the all tournament performers together. So there you see the Japanese players with Yuko Oga, the captain. It's been a tremendous joy to be in Bangkok to watch Japan play. They've played the game the right way. They've played it fast. They've played beautiful. They've played with smiles on their faces. I mean, they are just having fun, and I think it really bodes well for international basketball, and especially for Asian basketball, to have kind of a new force on the block. You've had China, Korea, Japan, and Chinese Taipei, without question, the four heavyweights of Asia. But now you've got Japan, which has gotten back to the top of the podium, something that hasn't happened since 1970. So we're going to have the awards presentation here. The best five plus the MVP award that'll be presented by Ivan Manini, the president of FIBA. And there's the rest of the Japanese team coming over. So before we see the medals being awarded, we're going to see the all-star five, so to speak, the best five.